Hi, friends. Reverend Seeley wrote the bulletin this week, and it reads: Dear friends, I join people of all faiths and none all over the world in mourning the passing of our dear Pope Francis. From the moment of his election, when he chose the name Francis after the beloved saint of creation and the poor, we knew that this Pope would bring the fresh air of compassion into the Catholic faith. While a human being who certainly had a blind spot painful to us around women's ordination and was not always as consistent as we hoped in LGBTQ plus advocacy, Francis was nonetheless a force of sanity and kindness, not only on many critical issues, notably Care for the Earth, which he wrote and spoke about tirelessly and poetically, and welcoming migrants and refugees, whom he advocated for right to the end, but also in the way that he exemplified how to be a human. I will remember his late night trips sneaking out of the Vatican to visit the poor in Rome, his trading in a fancy car for a Fiat, and then for the first electric Pope-mobile, his famous quote, "Who am I to judge?" His humble admission of mistakes on occasions when he made an error, his pastoral heart, which shone through in the gentle, open way that he welcomed people's questions. I was very happy to see that Francis lived on this earth through one more Holy Thursday. This was a day on which he had always enjoyed being close to his people by washing their feet. He had previously washed the feet of Syrian refugees, women, the poor of Rome. This year he visited prisoners, and although too weak to bend down and wash their feet physically, he still communicated his care for them. I will not soon forget his remark to a reporter when interviewed about his visit. He spoke to the fact that all people, including himself, had a tendency to make mistakes, but the inner makeup that we're born with and our circumstances that we are born into, in other words, the cosmic lottery, often play a determining role in what we're able to do with our destructive impulses. The Pope's remark was, "Why them and not me?" He lived human solidarity right till the end. Well done, good and faithful servant, Pope Francis. Thank you to everyone who helped make our Holy Week so beautiful. Thank you to preachers and liturgists, actors and dancers, choirs, musicians, sacristans, Eucharistic ministers, lectors, security team, ushers, and greeters. Thank you to our dedicated staff. Thank you to each and every one of you who came to church to share this special time together within the community. Now we began 50 days of the Easter season. Remember that it was only after Easter that Jesus' disciples began to grasp many deep truths about him. May these 50 days likewise be a time when our eyes are open to joyful revelations, and may we all experience Christ's presence in new and life-giving ways. Peace to you, Spiritus Christi. Please save the date for our Earth Day liturgies this weekend, April 26th and 27th. Dwayne Bach of Mother Earth Community will be our preacher. This Sunday, we also welcome Liz Theoharis and Noam Sandwis back of the Poor People's Campaign. They will be speaking at 2 o'clock about their book, You Only Get What You're Organized to Take, which gathers stories from the anti-poverty and labor movement of the past 30 years. This week, we also send our condolences to Annie O'Reilly and Joe Petracca on the death of their brother Tony, to Reverend Rachel McGuire on the death of her father, and to Shannon Shaw on the death of her grandmother. We send our hearts to you and our prayers to you, our thoughts for you this week as you go through this very difficult time. Please keep our young folks in prayer as our first youth communion class prepares for their ceremony on May 3rd. Say a special prayer for them maybe every day until May 3rd for our young people. Thank you so much for joining me for our pastor's update, and I will see you next week. Take care.